It's full. In the second half of the night, the chairs are all occupied. There's no more space left.
Can you imagine? A short 200-meter tunnel in Hong Kong has become a shelter for countless workers.
这里就是香港的街头露宿者。
This is what it's like for the homeless on the streets of Hong Kong. One table, one tent, one sofa, one suitcase. What's beside the bed is probably all their belongings. This tunnel is about 200 meters long, filled with people sleeping inside. Life in Hong Kong is really stressful. Many people have probably been sleeping in this tunnel for years. Right next to the sofa, there's even a little fence to block it off. And beside the bed, there is a coffee table with a Bible on it. Despite so many people sleeping on the streets, I have to say this spot is surprisingly well maintained.
With the economic downturn across various industries in Hong Kong, particularly after the real estate bubble burst, many companies have had to lay off employees, and the unemployment rate has surged. Many jobless individuals are forced to live on the streets by the high cost of living. According to data released by the Hong Kong Census and Statistics Department on June 17th, the overall unemployment rate has risen to 3.5%, a new high since December 2022. This reflects the tightening labor market, in particular the unemployment rate in industries such as construction, retail, accommodation, and food services has reached 4.2%, showing how these traditional services sectors are the hardest hit by economic transformation and shrinking consumption. Of particular concern is the youth unemployment rate, which has risen to 6.8%, highlighting the greater pressure faced by young people in the job market. Some social media users on X platform have lamented, "I've been seeing so much about unemployment layoffs and business closures in Hong Kong recently." Some even predicted that Hong Kong's economy will face a decade of recession.
起码500-600万没有了。
Oh no, at least 5 or 6 million are gone. Back then, hundreds of thousands of property owners were fighting to buy these shops here in Hong Kong. They paid tens of thousands per square meter just to get in. Now, all that money is gone, down the drain. When you look around, it's all in this dreadful state. They can't rent them out. They can't sell them. And today's a weekend and there's not even a single soul around. So, seriously, everyone, don't come to Hong Kong to buy commercial properties anymore.
10年前，大家拼了命的来香港，10年后呢？
10 years ago, everyone was fighting to come to Hong Kong, and now, 10 years later, those who needed to leave have left. Just look at what used to be a luxury paradise. Now, Guangdong Road in Hong Kong has turned into this. This whole street is so big, and there's no one here even in broad daylight. 70% of the shops can't hang on anymore, and there's barely anything left. Now, the few that are still operating, you can see that building over there is up for sale, and this place is also renting out spaces. I have 3 shops, but I can't hang on either. In less than a year, I've lost close to 3 million Hong Kong dollars, and I still haven't gotten the rent for the past 2 months. In this situation, I really don't know what to do anymore. Investing in commercial properties in Hong Kong has long been seen as a stable and high-return investment, attracting significant capital inflow from mainland China. However, in recent years, the retail property market in Hong Kong has experienced a dramatic rollercoaster ride. Rent for commercial properties has dropped by 60 to 70% from the high points in 2019. This decline signals the end of Hong Kong's era of land hoarding for wealth. The increasingly common phenomenon of unsellable and unrentable shops has exacerbated the sense of despair among property owners, many of whom describe themselves as harvested leaks, reflecting the collapse of long-term confidence in Hong Kong real estate market. On X, a user posted, "A shop on Guangdong Road has been vacant for 6 months. Rent dropped from 200,000 Hong Kong dollars to 120,000 Hong Kong dollars, but no one is renting it. The bank loans are suffocating." Another user shared their frustration. "A shop on Guangdong Road has been vacant for 9 months. After a 30% price cut, still no one has taken it. It feels like being trapped." A commenter noted, "A shop bought 10 years ago for 20 million Hong Kong dollars is now worth less than 10 million. Recently, a video filmed by a mainland tourist showed rows of closed or transferred stores along the streets, highlighting the prevailing desolation.
现在的香港真的是太惨了。
The current situation in Hong Kong is truly tragic. We're seeing shop after shop closing down. Many business owners say they've never seen anything like this in 34 years. The reality in Hong Kong now is that all the properties and storefronts are shut. I remember when I came here in 2018, this place was full of people. Now the streets are lined with storefronts for lease. I keep taking pictures. What used to be a vibrant display of goods is now mostly limited supply. This one meal costs 75 Hong Kong dollars. This damn Hong Kong price.
Hong Kong's economy is contracting, with the price index steadily rising across housing, commercial rents, daily consumer goods, and food. This, coupled with external uncertainties and political factors, has led many foreign enterprises to withdraw from the city, triggering a chain reaction of bankruptcies in some industries. In the first half of 2025, the number of small businesses closing in Hong Kong has increased, particularly in the retail, food service, and logistics sectors. According to incomplete statistics from Hong Kong Economic Daily, by the end of June, over 290 shops in Hong Kong had closed or were about to close, covering industries like retail, food service, fitness, and entertainment. Among these, the food service industry saw the highest number of closures, with nearly 200 outlets accounting for almost 70%. Many of these closures include long-established businesses. For example, the 36-year-old Hong Kong-based group Superstar Chinese Cuisine announced on July 2nd that its Moco branch in Mong Kok would close, marking the end of the company's operations. The 30-year-old Federal Palace restaurant in Tuen Mun also suddenly closed in early July. The 33-year-old congee chain Ocean Empire, which once had over 30 branches, announced in early May that it would shut down all of its stores. The last branch of the 44-year-old tea restaurant chain Daniel's Restaurant closed on May 29. Four Seasons Hot Pot, a Hong Kong-style hot pot restaurant founded in 1990, closed its doors at the end of May. These closures highlight the survival struggles of traditional retail and food service industries. Simon Wong Kar-Wo, the chairman of the Hong Kong Federation of Restaurant and Related Trades, pointed out that as the economy continues to falter and more Hong Kong residents head to the mainland for shopping, the pressure on chain restaurants is mounting. He said, perhaps they believe the market outlook is uncertain and that's why they chose to end operations. Under the rules of the Chinese Communist Party, Hong Kong's former glory as an Asian financial hub is now a distant memory. With the economy in a severe slump and the real estate market remaining weak, reports indicate that McDonald's, the US fast food giant, plans to sell 23 of its locations in Hong Kong in stages, with a total estimated value of around 3 billion Hong Kong dollars. On July 28th, Hong Kong Economic Daily cited a source revealing that the first batch of 8 locations up for sale, located in areas like Tsim Sha Tsui, Causeway Bay, Mong Kok, and Kennedy Town, are all situated in high footfall central areas. The total market value of these properties is about 1.3 billion Hong Kong dollars, about 153 million USD, with the tender deadline set for September. McDonald's plans to release the remaining properties next year. The first sale will include 8 stores, with the highest value property being the underground store and basement in Tsim Sha Tsui's Starlight. The area is nearly 15,000 square feet, with the basement rented by McDonald's and the ground floor leased to a department store. The total monthly rent is approximately 1.36 million Hong Kong dollars, and the property's market value is around 460 million Hong Kong dollars. This move follows a failed auction in 2019 when the market valued these spaces at around 1 billion Hong Kong dollars. With the market cooling over the past few years, the current value of these properties is expected to have dropped by more than half compared to 6 years ago. McDonald's, headquartered in Chicago, stated that this sale is part of an ongoing strategy to optimize its real estate investment portfolio. The total value of McDonald's global real estate is reported to exceed 40 billion US dollars. Its founder, Ray Kroc, famously said, "We are not technically in the food business, we are in the real estate business." Globally, McDonald's has only engaged in the mass sale of its properties in 2 other locations since its founding. The first was Japan during the 1990s amidst the country's economic recession. The second was Russia several years ago following the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine war, when US companies collectively exited the Russian market. Now, Hong Kong marks McDonald's third such move globally. Hong Kong's property prices and rents are the highest in Asia. Its location and significance are unique and vital to the mainland China. If we look solely at McDonald's withdrawal as an indicator, it suggests that nearly a century of real estate faith in Hong Kong is collapsing. Furthermore, McDonald's divestment may prompt other multinational companies to reassess their asset allocation in Hong Kong. Recently, an article published in AM 730, a newspaper funded by Hong Kong's Centerline property founder Shi Wenqing, discusses the falling prices of commercial real estate. The article is about a commercial property transaction. The entire 19th floor of the central mansion owned by Henny Yep Group and related individuals was recently purchased by Chairman and Managing Director of Great Eagle Holdings Limited, Lo Ka-sui, and others for 218 million Hong Kong dollars. The average price per square foot is 15,800 Hong Kong dollars, a significant drop of 70% compared to the peak 7 years ago. It is important to note that number 9 Queen's Road Central is located at the intersection of Ice House Street and Devoe Road Central, right in the heart of Hong Kong's core commercial district. In 2018, Winland Group purchased the entire 34th floor for 530 million Hong Kong dollars with an average price of 61,800 Hong Kong dollars per square foot. This indicates that over the past 7 years, the value of prime-grade office buildings in the core commercial area has dropped by 70%. Shi Wenqing has a deep insight into Hong Kong's real estate market. His article in AM 730 reflects his pessimistic outlook on commercial real estate, advising a reduction in supply to prevent further price collapse, indicating his belief that the market needs to adjust proactively. A major bombshell has recently exploded in the real estate circle. Rumors have been spreading widely online that Li Kashing plans to sell his old residence at 79 Deepwater Bay Road in Hong Kong for 5 billion Hong Kong dollars. Li Kashing's position in the business world is undeniable, and every move he makes can stir the markets in both Hong Kong and mainland China. What's even more significant is that he is now rushing to sell his family home, which carries years of family memories, at a price 23% lower than market value. This move has been interpreted by Hong Kong media as the ultimate signal of cutting off family roots. On X platform, some users have stated that this move symbolizes Li Ka-shing's complete withdrawal from Hong Kong or his loss of confidence in Hong Kong's future. Some posts mention that the luxury home was purchased in 1965 for 650,000 Hong Kong dollars and took 8 years to build, equipped with bulletproof glass, explosion-proof steel doors, and private bodyguards ensuring high security. The sale is being interpreted as a resolute action. As the wealthiest Chinese businessman, why is Li Ka-shing in such a hurry to liquidate his assets? What hidden secrets lie behind this decision? Not only is the Li family selling their ancestral home in Hong Kong, but in late July, Li Ka-shing's Cheung Kong Holdings also sold 400 units in the Hong Kong Bay Area at a 50% discount. In May, Li's luxury residential projects in Beijing was sold at a 30% discount, with prices dropping from 150,000 Hong Kong dollars per square meter at the peak to just 70,000 Hong Kong dollars per square meter. In recent years, Li Ka-shing has been selling Hong Kong properties, including the sale of the Centre in 2017, the Wong Chuk Han project in 2020, 21 Boret Road in 2022, and low-price residential properties like Coastline 2 and Blue Coast between 2023 and 2024. Li Ka-shing's behind-the-scenes move are unmistakable. After years of asset adjustments, the proportion of Cheung Kong Holdings assets in mainland China has dropped from a peak of 75% to less than 5%. In contrast, Li has made massive bets on the UK, Europe, and Southeast Asia. The UK alone now accounts for 60% of Cheung Kong Holdings assets, with investments spanning natural gas, electricity, and telecommunication networks. Additionally, Li is building logistics networks in Thailand, developing smart ports in Vietnam, and investing in biotechnology and hydrogen energy industries in Europe. In short, Li Ka-shing's intentions are clear. Invest anywhere, but not in mainland China. He wants nothing to do with it. Li Ka-shing has even remarked in informal settings, Hong Kong will truly be yours from now on, with a tone of doomsday heroism and a sense of sorrow. This may hint at his concerns and resignation over Hong Kong's mainlandization. The CCP's increasing interference in Hong Kong has severely eroded the principles of high degree of autonomy and one country, two systems. Since Xi Jinping came to power, the introduction of the National Security Law and the National Security Ordinance, which Hong Kong residents refer to as the controversial Article 23, has sparked intense debate. These laws have not only intensified anti-China sentiments in Hong Kong, but have also devastated the city's standing as an international financial hub, causing a decline in foreign investment confidence. Between 2020 and 2024, approximately 15% of financial sector jobs were lost, with several multinational companies such as Goldman Sachs relocating their Asia-Pacific headquarters to Singapore or Tokyo. In 2020, US President Donald Trump signed an executive order ending Hong Kong's special status, putting an end to the preferential trade treatment the region had enjoyed for years. After Trump returned to the White House, the US further tightened trade restrictions against China, eliminating the differential treatment between mainland China and Hong Kong. Scholars and experts familiar with the economic situation in China and Hong Kong believe that this is a fatal blow for Hong Kong. In the short term, it will affect Hong Kong's exports and economic growth, triggering a large outflow of capital from the region. In the long term, it will cause Hong Kong to lose its competitive edge on the international stage. Furthermore, the national security law will worsen Hong Kong's legal and business environment. Since the implementation of the National Security Law and Article 23, press freedom in Hong Kong has steadily declined. The National Security Law has significantly restricted freedom of expression, leading to an increase in white terror sentiments. In 2025, Hong Kong's Press Freedom Index ranked 140th, marking its first entry into the severe red zone, comparable to China's ranking of 178th and North Korea's ranking of 179th. On June 30th, the Mainland Affairs Council released its analysis report on the 28th anniversary of Hong Kong's handover, which pointed out the pervasive reach of national security control, leading to the gradual shrinking of freedom and social space in Hong Kong. The report also indicated that the pressure from national security has limited social mobility in Hong Kong. According to a June poll by the Hong Kong Institute of Asia-Pacific Studies at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, 66.3% of respondents believe that opportunities for upward mobility for youth are worse than they were 10 years ago, and 46% hold a pessimistic view of the next decade. Lai Jianping, the chairman of the Canada branch of the Federation for a Democratic China, stated that the CCP has always been inconsistent in its actions. It seeks to revive the economy while maintaining tight authoritarian control, with political security taking precedence over everything else. The party governs not for economic development or the welfare of the people, but purely to monopolize power for personal gain. As a result, political security is regarded as more important than human life, and maintaining stability and controlling society is given absolute priority, even at the cost of harming the economy. Lai added that under British rule, Hong Kong had over a century of prosperity and freedom, making it the Pearl of the East, a financial hub of Asia and a free port. However, with the current actions of the CCP, Hong Kong is set to become a dead port, a stinking port. This outcome is something the world does not wish to see, and it has severely harmed the interests of many Western businesses, individuals, and institutions. The famous Chinese blogger Financial Cold Eyes said,
Recently, this video has been going viral worldwide. In Hong Kong, an elderly woman walking down the street holding a white flower was immediately intercepted by the police. The police asked her to put the flower down, and a large number of officers surrounded the elderly woman as if she were an enemy. In the past, Hong Kong had mass protests with millions of people, but now it has become a situation where every action is closely watched. Hong Kongers no longer have the basic freedom to express themselves, holding a white flower, saying nothing, carrying no slogan, and yet this is considered a crime. Just look at what Hong Kong has become. Since the implementation of one country, one system, Hong Kong can be said to be filled with white terror. Essentially, it has become part of China's dictatorial regime, no different from mainland China.